And we're live. Yay.
Oh crap!
Panic?
I wasn't ready.
Are you panicking at the disco, as they say?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
God.
I got to the dance floor and then I keeled over and died.
Just grabbed your chest and fell.
Yeah, yep,
Just fell in your dance shoes.
that was it.
Oh,
And
boy.
someone was like, "Sweet moves, man."
And you stop breathing.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, you're gonna do fine. You're pulling through.
I hope so.
You're doing it right now, Greg.
Amazing
You're
recovery.
pulling through right now.
Great.
We're doing it together.
Thrilled.
So what's going on?
Oh,
Gregory.
just getting ready for another Monday adventure,
Yay.
as the kids like to say.
Yes, they do.
I have word that all of the
Nope.
exciting news is on your end of the wire today.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Who's that news from?
Facebook mostly.
Okay.
I pieced it together from other people's Facebooks.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a big buzz from me?
There is, sort of.
Oh.
And I'm going to reach out there.
Okay.
And I just want to ask, when's the last time you heard a dog?
Oh, yeah. It's been days. That's for sure. Yes. Yes, there's been a living arrangement change in my house, which means that there isn't anybody else here.
Just you.
Just me in this echoey house.
So did you move down into the basement to see what was going on down there?
No.
No?
I'm still upstairs.
Have you even been down there since they left to see?
I haven't.
Really?
No, I haven't even thought about it.
So you've had two people living in the basement of your house for years.
Yep.
They moved out several days ago.
Yep.
And you didn't even think to go downstairs and see what's going down?
Nope.
All right.
Been busy. I don't know. I just honestly haven't thought about it.
You are now.
I am now. Yeah, I kind of want to just leave the show, just walk downstairs, like iPhone Skype it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find out what's in the basement.
I should seriously do that.
They've been down there for years. You probably never went down there ever.
Not really.
When was the last time you went down there?
The last time I went down there is when I built it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I should probably make sure there's like no holes, just like all over the fucking walls.
Because it would make it a lot more difficult to sell your home if somebody asks you, so what's the deal with the basement? You'd be like, I haven't been down there for a few years.
Like, I don't know. I think there's holes.
You know those bags at the liquor store where they just have it like close up in paper and like have question marks on the bag and you spend $3 on it? That's what the basement is right now.
Right. Exactly.
It could be a bottle of cognac. It could be a can of turpentine. I have no way to tell for sure.
There's probably a dog down there.
It's probably just the decaying bones of Pike.
Yeah, Scott's just like, well, I forgot something, I think. I can't put my finger on it.
One of those legendary late sprint text messages comes through. It's from Amanda from 3 days ago being, please remember to give Pike water until we can pick him up.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Oh, brother. Sorry, it's cheap cell phone service. I don't know what to tell you.
It's nothing you could do.
No, it's not my fault.
Doggone it.
It's Sprint and it's New Hampshire.
Is it doggone it because the dog would have been gone?
I got it.
Because it would have died.
Oh, I got it.
I just want to make sure you didn't miss my good joke.
Oh, I didn't. If anybody has any comments on that, they can always
email us at john@thejohnbrownshow.com or greg@thejohnbrownshow.com for advice, you silly bitches.
Yeah, they can.
You motherfuckers need to email us for fuck's sake.
Computer Scott's getting a little feisty.
Yeah, he's got, he's been silent for a week.
He's been selling it for weeks and weeks.
He just sits in my computer.
Yeah, I was really disappointed actually. I attempted to use the Facebooks today to try and solicit emails, and nobody sent anything.
Motherfuckers.
Yes, although I did receive a comment via text within the past week.
Ooh.
So that was really nice. I figure we can at least share that. We have some viewer interaction here, which is always better than none.
Always.
So Matt Sweeney wrote in and he said, "Hey, I'm listening to the I Know I'm Wrong podcast. Like it a lot."
Yay!
So thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Boom shakalaka.
Computer Scott likes it too.
He does. He does.
But yeah, it's really strange having nobody in the house.
What's the first thing you did?
I don't know. I didn't really think about it. I just kind of like nothing's changed. You know what I mean? Because like they live downstairs, I lived upstairs. So for the most part, we never even saw each other.
You locked them in your dungeon.
Yeah. I was like, close the fucking door. I don't want to hear about you. I don't want to look at you. I don't want to talk to you. Just stay down there. That's what I told him. I don't know why it wasn't a better relationship.
Yeah, no, that's
loving.
that is a really good way to nurture a friendship.
Yeah, it's called loving.
Yep.
You know, everybody should get on board with that.
Yeah.
But
tough love.
Yeah, you know. But so nothing's really changed, but it's just weird because there's no one here and I can yell. Like I'm talking loud now.
Right.
Because there's nobody downstairs trying to go to sleep.
Right. Right. And if you get really mad at something, you're just like, God damn it. No one's going to think you're crazy.
Right. Nobody's going to hear it. Like
except your neighbors.
Maybe. But fuck them.
Yeah, fuck those guys. Nobody cares about them. We didn't invite them to the show because we don't care about your neighbor's opinion.
That's right.
If we did, it'd be, I know I'm wrong with John Brown and friends and my neighbors.
with his neighbors.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's certainly not that.
So
that's
good.
That's way too long.
That is way too long. It's too many. If you tried to like abbreviate that to just a whole bunch of separate letters, it'd be just a train wreck of a title.
Yes, it'd be a horrible acronym. Just fucking terrible. But it's bizarre how much furniture they had.
Really?
Yeah, because now I have no kitchen table. I have no kitchen hutch.
You had a hutch?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
Did you own the couch at least?
I own the couch.
Okay, and then the TV entertainment center, you actually built that into the floor.
Yeah.
So that's not going anywhere.
No, that's certainly not theirs.
Right. So that's good.
Right. Yeah, it's just weird having walking into the kitchen now and there's just spots where things were.
Right.
So it's like, oh, I don't even have a kitchen table anymore.
Yeah, you're just like, I think something's gone awry.
Something's wrong in my life where I don't have a kitchen table or a bed frame.
You know what's gonna be awesome is when you go to set something down and the kitchen table isn't there and then it just falls and breaks on the ground.
Oh, well, I have a story about that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not quite that, but it happened in the kitchen. It wasn't my fault, god damn it.
Oh god.
I had like a crystal cake holder or a cake stand, you know what I mean? Like where it's just like a glass flat topped stand with like a glass top over it. So
God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was in that hutch that was theirs. And Scott took it out and put it on top of the fridge. Well, Scott needs to know and learn that you can't have half of the stand on the door of the freezer. Because when someone opens the door of the freezer, it falls on them. This thing was glass in a good 5 pounds. And it bounced off my goddamn coconut and shattered into about 500 little pieces on the floor.
It exploded into an array of tiny knives.
It certainly did. And I just sat there and stared at it, sad. Like I would have to move the kitchen table out of the way if it was here to clean this up.
Yeah, but at least now you didn't have to.
That's right. I'm like, oh, thank God. It all makes sense.
Man, that could have been so much more inconvenient.
Yes.
I've had to do slightly more work to clean this up.
I was just rubbing my head.
The dog would have gone in to eat in the shards.
Oh, that'd been fantastic. He would have started barking.
He would have.
Probably like attacking me.
I believe it.
Like I had done something wrong by getting attacked by this goddamn cake stand.
Yep.
But yeah,
you did.
It's awfully silent, you know?
Right. But it's also got to be a little comforting at the same time, knowing that if you hear what sounds like somebody moving in the middle of the night, you can now rest assured knowing that it's absolutely an intruder.
That's true. That's very true.
There's no more. I wonder if that's Scott or Amanda. It's like, nope, I need my gun.
But you know,
there's definitely someone in my house.
Yeah. You know how sad things really are, though, is that I realized that the dog was not trained at all, but I'm trained now. Every time a car goes by, I'm waiting for the dog to bark. And the dog's not here.
So it's like Pavlov's dog, but backwards.
Yeah, I'm trained. I'm trained to be anxious about when cars drive by my house. Fucking idiot.
20 years from now, every time a car goes by, it's like, hey.
Yeah, I'm 29. And I'm going, every time a car goes by. It's fucking pathetic. Just alone.
So after the experience with Pike, now that you're alone and petless, would you ever get another dog, or you pretty much opted out of pets after that experience?
Oh no, I'll get another dog.
You get another dog?
Yeah, like no.
As long as it's not that one.
Pike's not a dog. Pike's some kind of fucking demon that just shouldn't be alive. Like I tell Scott, there's one person on the planet that likes that dog, and that's his wife.
Yeah.
And she's wrong. And I'm willing to accept that my friends are wrong sometimes.
Right.
No one likes that dog.
I certainly don't.
There you go. 100% of the show agrees.
Yeah, which is really all we need.
Yeah, that's the only proof I need.
Mm-hmm.
The only proof I need is that I don't like that dog.
Which, yeah, that alone should have been enough.
And like, honestly, I had the least amount of run-ins with that dog.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Like he was a fairly violent dog when you made him upset.
No, he's a piece of shit.
He is about a piece of shit. You're right.
I remember him just like sitting on my lap and snarling at me. I'm too afraid to stop petting him.
That's the best story ever.
Yeah. Just keep petting him.
Okay. As he's growling at you on your lap on my couch. I'm like, I don't know.
So that's a fucked up little dog.
I'm like, I got homeowners insurance. I hope I don't have to use it. As Greg's missing half his face.
I would have thrown it.
Oh yeah, it's the only thing you could have done.
Like a football.
Yeah, fuck him.
A fat little sausage football.
Who's just full of cat shit.
Full of cat shit and hate.
Cat litter. He's just disgusting. The fucking dog.
You're just thrilled to have this out of your life. I can tell.
Well, a dog barking every 12 minutes for 7 years will get on your nerves a little bit.
Yeah, I've heard that can start to wear on you.
But yeah, they're gone. It's a little bizarre, but obviously there's pluses to it. I have a whole house to myself.
You do have a whole house to yourself.
And honestly, the podcast is easier to do now.
Sure.
Because it was, or I couldn't really, if I wanted to laugh really hard or yell for, dramatic whatever, I couldn't do it.
Because other people were asleep.
Right. At 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I mean, they were, they like to go to bed early, and, that's not really conducive for, trying to be funny or trying to do something, possibly loud.
Right.
In the room right above them.
Yeah, but now it's not even a thing anymore.
No,
it's over. It's done with. It's dead.
Thing. Okay.
You can go and you can buy yourself an outdoor movie screen and have outdoor movie screenings just for yourself.
I could once it warms up.
You could.
It's still fucking New Hampshire up here.
No one would call you an asshole for owning an outdoor movie screen.
I hope so.
Yeah. This is one of those things I thought about today. Was people that have like these outdoor movie screens in their homes.
Yep.
Why would you want to watch a movie outdoors?
Because you're a dickbag.
When you're right next to your house, which has movies indoors.
Right. I know. I don't really understand it.
And now some people will say that it's because of like the fresh air or to get outside and relax. I've lived in New Hampshire and I've lived here in Minneapolis for several years, and the outdoors are full of mosquitoes and ticks and bugs.
They really are. Like there'd be like 20 days where it would be pleasant.
You ever seen what happens to like that one light on your porch with the moths? Can you imagine just like a movie screen?
Right.
Covered in moths.
It would just be you'd have a screen playing a movie with just 1,000 little shadows.
Yeah.
Bouncing around this stupid fucking screen.
Why is it raining in every movie?
You're like, this is so much better than being inside.
This is so much better.
Where I'm not being eaten alive, literally.
But you know what would make it better?
What?
Is if it was a movie screen that also doubled as a bug zapper.
There you go.
Now that I would watch.
Oh.
And I would watch Iron Man on it because every time a bug died, you could pretend it was part of the story that he was like having a short in his armor.
You know what else will make it better?
Computer Scott?
No. Well,
No.
yes, but not what I was thinking.
Okay.
Be Fizzbuzz.
Fizzbuzz?
I told Scott about that, and he almost fell over laughing. And then he came up to me with a bunch of like Fizzbuzz slogans.
Oh, God. Do you have any?
No, they were horrible.
Oh.
They were so bad.
No, they're from Scott. They might be good for other people. Try and share at least one or two of them.
I'd have to think about it for a minute. But we can talk about other things while I think about the Fizzbuzz. I'll text him.
It's not a bad idea. Alyssa LaPlante is stating we should get a bouncy house.
Fuck yeah, bouncy house.
I can get on board with that.
There's nothing. There is no argument for a bouncy house.
It's better than a fucking outdoor movie theater screen.
Way better.
Wouldn't your dad have radios floating on inner tubes in his pool?
Maybe.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you want to call that a pool?
Yeah, no. I'm thinking about like outdoor stuff, and like your dad really towed a fine line, very close to death.
Yeah, and we were just complete white trash.
It was pretty rough.
We had one of those. I don't remember what they call them. Those pools that you inflate the outer ring with air, and then you fill it up with water, and it like raises itself.
Which is genius design,
but never worked right.
It never worked right. He was always messing with it. He was always cleaning it out. It was the funniest thing. Like, you should come in the pool. I'm like, I'm good, Big Ty.
With his radio floating.
Yeah, it was floating boombox.
It's like, I don't
works great.
Well, I don't want. Yeah, but I don't want to die.
Yeah, no. I'm like, I don't really know about this.
Oh, I knew about it.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to horrific, this one's really up there.
All right, the text is sent. Any Fizzbuzz slogans?
Oh God.
To Scott.
Are you gonna read them on the air? Nope.
No, just keep them. I'm just gonna keep them under my hat.
Yep, we're definitely not gonna share these with our listeners. You're in the clear.
Fizzbuzz.
Fizzbuzz.
That's with the question mark at the end of it.
Fizzbuzz?
Computer Scott fucking stinks.
Fizzbuzz.
That's
very nice.
That's the exact opposite of a question.
That's
horrible.
That doesn't really bring it together very well.
No, it doesn't. Computer Scott's fucking failed us.
For the first time. He's never failed us before.
Well,
he has.
He has, but he does try so hard.
It's Monday in the house.
I tried to play that Resident Evil game that you bought me over the weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Did you like it?
That was a fucking disaster.
Why?
I got killed by the first monster.
Oh.
Yeah. It was really...
Are you not used to the battle tank controls?
Yeah, so it feels like I'm trying to like pilot a mech warrior robot through a mansion with like one of my motion cameras shot out or something. And I got the general movement of getting Jill around, and I picked Jill because I was under the impression that Jill was usually the easier of the two to play through the game with.
She is.
Because she could hold more stuff.
Yep.
And I unloaded a whole clip into the zombie that is at the end of that hallway when you first leave the dining room, and it didn't die. So when they said like, how do you want to play? Like, do you want this to be like a rewarding mountain climb or blah, 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 blah? They're not fucking joking. Like that difficulty where it says like challenging and rewarding, like climbing a mountain, should not say that. It should be a little bit more descriptive. It should just say really fucking hard.
No, you do have a point with that. That game is hard.
Yeah, the difficulty levels were extremely misleading.
You're like, I'm good at video games. Fuck this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna crush
this. I've played Resident Evil before, and pretty much like it bit me twice, and I died.
Yep.
And that, I played something else afterwards. I'm like, I'll come back to this. We're gonna circle back.
I told Scott I'd buy it for him for his birthday.
Are you gonna, or did you lie to him?
I lied.
Nice.
No, I'll buy it for him.
He's just stuck, and I lied.
It felt good to say it. It felt good to say I lied. I'll tell you what, if he doesn't, okay, here's this. If he doesn't answer my goddamn text by the end of this goddamn show, he's not getting the game.
There you go.
Birthday or not. His birthday's the 4th.
4th of April?
Yep.
4/4.
Yeah. All my friends have really easy birthdays.
Not me.
What's your birthday?
Yeah, see, it's not that easy, is it?
Can I guess?
Sure.
Not January, June 20.
Nope.
No, I know. It's June 30th.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I show that you're showing online on Facebook, so I'm pretty sure I know how you got that.
No, I didn't.
Sure.
You have my screen.
Uh-huh.
You can see my screen.
I can't see your screen right now.
Oh, I have it shared.
Well, so you do.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Do.
Oh, mechanical keyboard.
Mechanical keyboard comes out. No, we've got I was really actually kind of nervous coming into this week's show, because if I asked myself what I got done in the last week,
Yep.
I was incredibly shitty lazy.
Okay.
I mostly did nothing but farm a single weapon in Final Fantasy for the whole time.
Oh my goodness,
So,
Greg.
I was scared coming into today's show.
Yep.
Or like coming into the weekend in particular, I was like, this isn't going to work out. This is going to be a mess. This is it. This is where the line gets drawn in the sand. We need to start preparing for things.
Yeah.
And fortunately, the state of Indiana gave us a gift
Okay.
with their
Indiana.
Religious Protection Act.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was wondering
As soon as I read about that, initially, the first thought that went through my mind was like, how does this even pass in this country? The first thought that went through my mind was, thank God for content.
Thank you.
Thanks, Indiana.
Thanks, bigots.
Yeah, thank you, bigots. I salute you with keeping our show going without us having to do any real, actual work.
Yeah, how fucked up is that?
It's pretty fucked up.
It doesn't. You're right. How the fuck does that happen in this country?
Would you like to introduce the basis of what went down last week?
I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that they passed some bill that basically makes it so they can refuse the services of gay people.
Correct.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound right. That sounds like it's so ridiculous that I felt like I had it wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be that. No, it's that.
So the language of the law is it's very similar. We already have a right to Religious Freedom Act within the United States. So that's already a law that we have. You can choose to pretend in whatever you want to, be it Tooth Fairy or Jesus.
Santa Claus.
Yep, Santa Claus. We can solve our national debt by, I'll save that one for later. There's
keep that one under that.
Keep that one in the hat. Keep that one in the hat. It'll come back.
Go.
But the Indiana wanted to put together their own that was a bit more rigorous, and basically the wording in the bill. If we can pull this up here, okay. A person whose exercise of religion has been substantially burdened or is likely to be substantially burdened by a violation of this chapter may assert the violation or impending violation as a claim of defense in a judicial or administrative proceeding, regardless of whether the state or any other governmental entity is a party in the proceeding. So when you boil it down, is that a for-profit corporation has been given the free exercise rights matching those of churches or people.
Right.
So a corporation can now say that we will not hire gay people because of religion, or we will not accept these people into our building because of religion, and claiming that, which was previously illegal.
Yeah,
they have passed, somehow a law has gotten passed that has allowed them to use this as a scapegoat to just discriminate against people. Basically,
it's a fucking bizarre, like, it's a loop. You know what I mean? Like this weird circle where it's like, you can't discriminate against me, but you can't discriminate against me for my beliefs, because, you know, and then that allows me to discriminate against your beliefs. And then, you know, what's the next fucking chess move?
Right.
It's weird, and it's kind of it's a ridiculous thing. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
It is ridiculous, because it's they've opened up. The only thing comparable to this is if they may as well just like have passed a law that just says we refuse to serve or give jobs to black people because we don't like that color. Like, this is mostly targeted towards like the gay and lesbian communities are the most concerned about this right now.
Yeah.
But it's really it's only like a half a step from the 60s in the South.
No,
like,
yeah. I mean, what if someone interprets their religion as whatever?
And they will. And this law now
that's
protects
it.
them.
Of course they will. Of course they will. Somebody's gonna come up with some fucking horrible idea, and they're gonna make it make sense.
Right.
Ugh.
And this whole thing got me good and fired up too, because as far as my viewpoint on things is, I've been very, very vocal about this. I think that I do think that like religion is just as ludicrous as the idea that a bunny hides eggs in my house during Easter.
No,
like,
yeah. I mean, I certainly don't have a problem with you thinking that.
No. No. So I came up with my own solution that is way on the other extreme end of the spectrum, but I think I can back it with science and it makes the most sense.
Okay.
If you are religious or believe in a god, you are not allowed to hold a political office.
Ooh. Which is basically the exact opposite of what we have now.
It is the exact opposite of what we have now, but it makes the most sense.
Right.
I think it does.
I mean, yeah. I mean, how the fuck can you just say a whole group of people, we can cut you off because of something that a lot of people don't believe in anymore?
Well, because I read it in a book.
Right.
A book that I happen to claim was given to us by higher power, but I read it in a book.
It's just fucking weird.
That's basically what that comes down to.
It's just so strange.
So I once read a book that stated that cilantro isn't very good because of a genetic predisposition to whether or not you can or can't taste cilantro as it's intended to be tasted.
Really?
Because I read that book, I feel that I should have the right to banish everyone from the state who eats it.
There you go.
Because I read in a book that it's gross.
It's your belief.
And if this book will tell me that cilantro is gross, I can trust this book that it's an authority on cilantro.
Well, I mean, it says it right in the title, right?
Yep, it does.
Well, then what else do you need?
That's all you need.
That's what I'm saying. I think we just figured out the next step.
Mm-hmm. Alyssa's brunch, something this can go right back to Hobby Lobby. I'm going to pull this up.
Oh, please do.
We have some contributions.
Thanks, Alyssa.
Thank you, Alyssa.
You're swell.
Let's see. Aha. Apparently, there is a craft store called Hobby Lobby that started a lot of this and got a lot of this kicked off.
A craft store, really? Because I remember there was some there was a story about like a bakery that refused to make gay marriage wedding cakes, and that was one of the things that kicked off this whole thing too, I thought. Right. Where these people were just refusing to make gay marriage cakes, and people were like, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll well, then let's take my business elsewhere.
Well, that's it. You can do whatever you want, but if people don't go there anymore, don't fucking cry.
Right.
Don't. Right. What the fuck?
There's been some pretty significant backlash against the entire state as a result of this too. I know the city of San Francisco will no longer send its officials there paid with taxpayer money for any sort of events that would need to happen in Indiana.
Really?
So they'll no longer send city officials to Indiana. So the several larger conferences and expos are pulling out of the state, and they have elected they will no longer hit Indiana on their tours.
Wow. That's pretty strong shit.
It was pretty strong.
I like
shit.
that.
Well,
I mean, but that's great though. Where it's like, listen, we're going to, you decide to do this thing, that's fine. We're going to professionally cut you the fuck off.
I am absolutely thrilled that we are now living in a country that has multiple organizations deciding to officially boycott an entire fucking state.
Yeah. I mean, it's just basic fucking human happiness that for some reason, because it doesn't match what is, I guess you could say traditional, the traditional picture of it,
right?
Then it's not, it's not okay. I'm uncomfortable with it, so we better banish it.
Well, you know who else doesn't like gays or gay marriage either is Iran. So my other solution outside of the political offices one is we can cut Indiana out of the United States
with like a sawzall.
With like a sawzall.
All right.
And we'll ship it to Iran.
Okay.
And then they can keep it, and we'll give it to them as a peace offering.
There you go. Brilliant.
Irandiana.
Irandiana.
It's perfect.
Oh, it's beautiful. I'm writing that one down. That might be the title of the show.
Irandiana.
That's so great. I'm gonna get that little red line underneath the Irandiana when I type it in. It's gonna be that's
like add to dictionary.
That's certainly not a word.
It is now.
Yeah, just wait. It will be in about however long it takes for this whole thing to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Big fucking truth seers.
Yep. So, no, I was surprised that law could even pass.
Me too. It doesn't like again. When I said what it was, it sounds like you should have said, "No, you fucking idiot. That's not possible."
Mm-hmm.
Like you're incorrect. But no, completely correct in fucking 2015.
Yep. It's this is the whole point where I get really fired up about the whole like religious debate and how this applies with normal life.
Like Macho Man gets fired up.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
I'm gonna snap into some politics, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother.
That's like a Macho Man / Hulk Hogan.
Like a fucking bad promo.
If you smell what Macho Man Randy Savage is, no, different guy.
We're gonna send you to Irandiana.
Irandiana. So the whole thing is like where I get really fired up about this, and it puts me in the other end is that a lot of people will say that when I'll mention things like we really need to discourage people from like going after religions or really discourage the belief in like higher powers because I think it's very detrimental to society as a whole. I think it's dangerous. And the issue is that people will often come back. It's like, well, it's not hurting anybody. If it makes them happy and they believe in it, then let them. But what we have is like we have things like this to happen. And this is like a direct example. Like these beliefs are hurting people.
Right.
Like this got a law passed that will hurt people specifically based off of fiction.
Yeah.
And it's very upsetting to me that I live in a country where this can happen.
Yeah, especially when it seems like it's supposed to be set up so those people are protected.
Correct. Everybody is a human. Like, I would think that the idea would be that everybody is a person and everybody has a chance to experience the same successes and failures in life. We have the right to attempt to make our lives better, and we also have the right to fuck them up. But either way, we shouldn't be putting artificial roadblocks on some people just because I read a fiction story that tells me I should.
Yeah, and like the idea, like I've heard, some viewpoints of, there's special interest groups and they want special rights, and it's like no, they want the rights that you have.
Yeah, I just want to be able to go to a craft store and buy some yarn and not be turned away because I happen to have gone there with my boyfriend.
Yeah, right. Where I'm not doing anything at all wrong.
Right.
Like it's not like they're fucking in the store.
Even if they were, like, well, no, because that's the thing. Like, you go to a bar, and somewhere in that bar, like in like any major city, two of those people are having sex.
Right.
Or they're like doing each other in their car in the parking lot. Like it happens everywhere. Like it shouldn't matter if it's who it is. It's their choice to have sex with whoever they want.
Yeah.
And that's one of those other things too, where like, I don't even know, there's such a taboo around that whole thing. I don't even think that's even that weird necessarily. Like the idea of people having sex is like not a weird or disturbing or uncomfortable things to me anymore. Like,
no, we're grown-ups.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I look back when I was younger, and it was because of things like religion and those beliefs that really made it seem taboo.
Yeah.
And then it's like, why should I be ashamed of something that allows us to reproduce and make more people? That's
like,
where
people been
come from.
Doing it a lot.
Yeah.
There's 7 billion of us crawling around this fucking thing.
Yeah, everyone that's listening to the show is going to blow your mind. Your parents fucked to make you happen.
Dude, seriously.
Sorry.
I don't need this right now.
Well, it's true.
I don't need this. I need some fizz buzz.
Fizz buzz?
I got an email, not an email, a text.
Oh, is it from Scott?
It is.
Oh, boy.
Oh, haha. He wrote, I go, any fizz buzz slogans? He writes, and this is official.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Not off the top of my head.
He can't just reuse one he used earlier?
Well, I'm guessing they're gone now from his head. But
shoot, not off the top of my head.
So I wrote
Buzz.
So I wrote ... shoot. He wrote shoot instead of shit.
Oh man, nuts.
And then he wrote darn dang golly gee.
It's right up there with Dr. Claw slamming his fist down on the desk. Curses.
Yeah, what the fuck, Scott?
Next time, get you.
Scott's gonna be 30 on the 4th.
Yeah. Wow.
Shoot.
Shoot. Darn. Shucks.
That's offensive.
Poop.
Poop.
Boobies.
Yes.
You caught me.
But yeah, it's just fucking gross.
On the other end of the spectrum, New Hampshire is apparently getting more awesome.
Yeah, aren't they with the whole medical marijuana?
You are like 2 steps away from decriminalizing marijuana.
I know, right?
It's going to the Senate very shortly.
Smoking that green?
Yeah, no. I'll as soon as Minneapolis, which is over, I'm on board. I don't fuck it.
Fuck it, I'm going down.
No, it's I did the math. I did the comparison. I looked at like calorie intake versus liver damage of alcohol versus just like smoking a fatty when I come home from work.
Right.
It's probably better off smoking.
Dude, totally.
I know. It's not even remotely fucking comparable.
No, like, I don't smoke weed. And if it was legal, I still wouldn't. Just because I know me, I know what getting high does.
Right.
Because I've been high in a lot of other ways. And I know what it does to me, so I just won't. I don't know. It would make me too. If I were to do it, it would have to be. No, I just wouldn't do it because I just know. There I go trying to talk myself into it, but it's really. I'll go back to it in a second, but every once in a while, as an addict, we always try to talk ourselves into like, am I an addict or not?
Right.
Like I don't think I am. I think I'm all right. Like I think I was just in a bad place. I'm not really bad. Right. And there was one night I was really tired and we were going to do the podcast. And I said, fuck it. I'm going to have coffee, a lot of it. And I had like 3 cups of coffee while we were doing the show. Right.
Right.
And we got done. It was a great show. Got done. I edited it, all that, or added stuff to it, posted it, all that shit, and got to bed. And I had the most like trippy. It was like I was tripping dreams. And they
tripping balls off them fine roasted beans.
It was crazy. Like it was so real, the dreams and everything. And they were just so lifelike. And I woke up and I was like, oh, if I drink coffee every night, I could do that. And I'm like, I'm a fucking addict. Holy shit, am I not okay?
No, I can get that. Every time I go back east, I always find some way to talk myself into smoking cigarettes with Brian Cole. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Brian, how did you do this?
Well, it doesn't help because every time I show up, he's like, Lohman, so good to see you. Look, I happen to find a second pack of cigarettes in my coat. And I'm like, you're a real jerk, Brian.
Who's going to smoke these?
Who's going to smoke all these? I can't finish them on my own.
Whose lungs are going to filter the dust through this?
But it's one of those things where, like, for that brief period of time, like, you rationalize it to yourself and you're like, yeah, nope, I can come up with a whole bunch of check boxes to make this sound like it wasn't a bad plan.
Right. Oh no, totally. And like with me, I'll just be thinking to myself, I'm like, well, I'm just, I'm a different person now. And, all these things they're just lies. Like, no, once I start getting high, I'll be that person again very quickly.
Right. Yeah. Cause it was a key part of why you were that person.
Exactly. And I'm just like, no, I'm good now, because I watch people have like 3 beers or smoke a joint. And I'm like, that just looks so fun.
Right.
It looks like so much fun.
Right.
I want to have fun.
That's what gets me with it sometimes too. It's like, man, look at all those people having a great time.
I'm a fun guy. Why can't I have fun too?
And no, yeah. Well, it's like with drinking, I'm like all over the spectrum. There'll be some nights where I'll like a drink, and be like, I'm good. There's some nights where I'm not. There'll be like nights where it's like, all right, we got a lot of feelings and they need to go away really fast.
Yes. Before long, I'd be on my lunch break.
Right.
Drinking again.
Right.
Because that's how it was back then.
Yeah, that's not destructive behavior at all.
No, it was fine. I was fine. Just ask me back then about it.
One of the more dangerous things about where I work is that there's a very strong like drinking alcohol culture there.
Mm-hmm.
and there's like always some sort of like happy hour event going on. It's always like one of those things where I actually deliberately avoid going to many of them, just because I'm like, there's too many opportunities here for me to get like out of control.
Yeah.
And to do something stupid enough that'll cause me to potentially like negatively impact my advancement because of shit I did during a happy hour. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stay the fuck away because I know that my idea of going for a drink or two never ends up that way.
Yeah, I mean, there are many times where it's just better off just fucking not even going near it. I'm just gonna stay away.
Yep.
And continue to live a decent life.
And it's GTFO.
That's right.
Of that.
But you know, I have zero problem with anybody wanting to smoke weed. It's in fact, I think there's many people that it would greatly benefit.
Oh, sure.
You know, and there's many people that know it benefits them. It's not a question in their mind. You know,
right.
I've known many people, and it's actually an interesting topic to bring up now because my job has reintroduced random drug tests.
Oh, good.
And it's hair tests.
Wow, that's bullshit.
They're not fucking around, dude. They are not fucking around.
At that point, they're just witch hunting.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're doing hair follicle samples for drugs, that's fucked up.
Yeah, you're really looking hard.
You're looking for an excuse here to somebody.
That's it. That's how, you know, I mean, there is that theory. The other theory is some kind of weird insurance horseshit.
Maybe. I can tell you how you're going to find out who was the guilty party.
How?
It's going to be super easy. Whoever used to have like moderately long hair and you come in and it's clipped.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there were some people that came in completely bald.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, you're fucking stupid.
It's amazing.
But, you know, recently somebody I worked with, you know, or work with, I shouldn't say worked. He still works there, but, you know, he got popped and they're just making his life hell because he smokes a little weed.
Right.
And the guy is in his 60s. He's been smoking marijuana for 45 years.
Right.
And he never hurt anybody on the job. He's never been high on the job.
Right, right.
And they won't let him come back until he pisses clean. It's like he has AIDS.
Right.
Like he's going to infect these people with the marijuana.
It's like that. You ever see that movie Gattaca?
No.
It was the premise of the movie is that it's a futuristic dystopian society, like every other movie from the future is. It's always fucked up somehow.
Right.
But
silver
you
suits.
have
Lots of silver suits.
Almost. there's like what happens is they've mastered the Human Genome Project has been completed. So when people go to have a kid, they would take some of the genetics from the man and some from the woman, and then they would sequence them into a child that would have like the ideal percentages of it.
Yep.
And there were what are referred to as invalids, or people that were like conceived through standard like having sex with each other.
Ew.
And the society is like, obviously, like for hiring practices, they're taking like fingerprints and hair samples from people during job interviews to test them to see what the genetic sequencing looks like for interviews and shit.
Right.
And to find out like, hey, let's get some of his hair so we can find out if he's actually good for this company or not. And then the story is that there's this one guy who is borrowing the identity of somebody else. So like he had a blood transfusion done to have somebody else's blood, and he has like different fingernails or whatever like transposed onto his body, so that way whenever he leaves genetic material, it matches somebody else.
Right.
And a murder mystery starts because they find a piece of hair that belongs to an invalid.
Oh boy.
And they're trying to test everybody randomly, find out who has the bad DNA. And this is like what you just described with doing hair follicle tests sounds like that nonsense.
It starts going there.
Yeah.
It starts going there. And the thing is that nobody really wants to speak out about it.
Why not?
Because they'll be tested.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go, this is fucking horseshit, then they're like, oh, really? Why would you believe that?
Well, it's a basic hair follicle testing, I think, is extremely unethical.
Me too.
For multiple reasons. Part of it being is that it does maintain like you can find traces of whatever in it for like a very long time. But what's I think is a bit more fucked up about it is that it's the main reason of like the drug-free workplace is you want to make sure that people aren't actually on drugs at the job.
Yeah.
And when you do hair follicles like testing or anything outside of like testing that day, it's saying that you're viewing somebody's workplace, like how they're connecting themselves at work based off of a time frame that you have no idea when it actually was. You have no idea where they were. You have no idea the circumstances. It's just purely for like
there's guilty and not guilty.
Guilty and not guilty, and it's really just for somebody who's on their moral high horse to go like jack themselves off to their excitement of being able to fire somebody that uses recreational pot.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's fucked up.
And to go and take somebody's hair, you know what I mean? It's just some kind of weird personal boundary of what the fuck are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know, why don't you just like what's next? Are you gonna cut off like a piece of my thumb?
Yeah, they'll just like start like being like, you know, here at X John Company where I works, or here at XX John Brown's company, we want to make sure that we have a good family-oriented atmosphere. So we're just going to start randomly collecting semen samples to make sure that all of you could potentially raise a family if we wanted that image to get propelled further.
Randomly,
yeah, we need random semen samples from employees.
Random daily samples.
Our nurse will need to watch to make sure that you don't tamper with any of the. By the way, our nurse's name is Jim.
Yes. But yeah.
I wouldn't fly in Indiana.
Oh, phenomenal. But yeah, it's we. I mean, I've spoken out against this hair testing shit, and I've also made it pretty clear that you can go ahead and test me all you fucking want. I'm probably going to end up more clean than the person who's, testing me. You're not going to find aspirin in my fucking system. It's just wrong. It's not even about like, I don't want to get caught. There's nothing to catch me with.
No, it's ethically fucked up.
It's really fucked up. It's really fucked up.
I've never even heard of companies doing follicle tests before. It's always been like, go pee clean.
Yeah, when I started there, it was piss test. And
you could even like bring this as like a class action lawsuit against your company, being like saying, "Hey, I feel that this discriminates explicitly against women." And when they say why, it's like women usually have longer hair. There's some merit there.
There could be. I mean, you could at least like gum up the system so the hair test stop for a while.
Right.
They'd be like, just hold off until we figure this shit out, if this is fucking legitimate or not.
Like, yeah, excuse me. Which end of the hair are you testing, just so we make sure we have a fair shot for men versus women?
Right.
And eyelashes.
Yeah, exactly. It's just I don't know. It fucking bugs me. They put a guy I work with for a while now, through a bunch of hell.
Right.
Because of something he's done for literally longer than the person who tested him has been alive. Like he's got a handle on it, believe me. Because there are, because they started making him go to like certain meetings and stuff, like for addiction.
Oh yeah.
And not that I'm an expert or anything, but I am an addict, so I have a little bit of a perspective on it. Is that I've known a lot of people who were physically sober human beings, but they weren't psychologically sober.
Right.
And I've known people who weren't physically sober, but were psychologically sober. And like an example of that would be what they call in AA as a dry drunk, which is someone who has quit drinking, but fixed 0% of the problems that made them drink.
Right.
Where they're what they call white knuckling through life, which is basically just like holding on to the fucking table and like, just like squeezing it. Just miserable, gritting their teeth, but they are sober. But that doesn't sound like a very good life.
No.
And then there's people like, the guy I work with who he smokes pot and he's not an addict.
Yeah, I had a friend, we'll randomly name him to Standy.
Okay.
That's a really bad fake name. But my friend Standy got caught We had a promotion at EB Games many years ago, and they drug tested him and he failed, and they wanted to put him through a whole bunch of meetings. And he was having a lot of trouble with the company. I think he ended up getting the promotion because he almost like sued them over what was going on.
Right.
Because basically what people were saying is like, well, what happened to you that makes you seek solace in drugs or blah, 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 blah. He's like, I just like to get stoned on the weekends.
Right.
And it wasn't like I need to get stoned on the weekends or I don't feel like I need this. He's like, I will go fine without it. I would just think it's fun and I want to do it. That's why I'm doing it. This isn't because my dad hit me when I was a kid, and it's not because I can't handle life stress. It's a recreational activity for me. Mm-hmm. The same way that somebody will, like a food critic or like somebody really loves to like find food will go out and just stuff their face with like $100 lobsters. Like it's clearly doing something for them.
Yeah, it's like, listen, I listen to music.
Yeah, I listen to music.
That relaxes me.
What makes you need to listen to music, John? Why do you feel you have to hear music?
Well, my dad didn't love me enough.
Well, there was that, but aside from that.
Well, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
This subject just got bad.
But yeah, I mean, I made the argument of like, can I now not have coffee in the morning?
Right.
That's a psychoactive drug. Caffeine.
Well, no, because the person that's testing you thinks coffee's fine.
Right. Thank you.
You know what's gonna happen next?
Speed?
Random gluten screenings.
Oh God. know what the really sad part is I'd pass it. I'd pass it sometimes anyway.
John, no.
Well, I don't. It's not like that, Greg. I'm not gluten free because I'm gluten intolerant.
Somebody's getting baked like stone. No, baked like they had some bread.
Yes.
I'm gonna find out.
Like some flaky pastries.
All right, everybody. Get your sperm cups ready and hand us your hair. We need to find out who's eating that bread.
Get to Jack and we need to know. But yeah, that's awesome. Yep, that's where we're going. No more, you can't serve gays and you have to be drug free. Right down to the follicle.
Land of the free.
Oh boy.
Our Indiana.
Our Indiana.
It's spreading.
Booyah.
No, I'm just in disbelief that's even going on at your workplace. That blows my mind.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's actually been like a couple years, but every once in a while it kind of just went away. And then, the murmurs through the through the work floor would be, oh, so-and-so got tested. So-and-so got a haircut. Cause that's the code. It's fucking brilliant.
Get a haircut?
Yeah, that guy got a haircut. And it's like, yeah, I don't think you mean like a fucking supercuts.
This is the whole. Think about how much better your employee relationship would be with your management if they didn't pull shit like that. Because this is just like a long series in your company's management just doing really shitty anti-employee things.
Yeah, it seems to be the trend.
We're gonna witch hunt you for the sake of doing it. We're not gonna advance you guys. Just like treat you like you're pretty much inmates. Like that's not how you get people that want to keep working there.
No, and then they come out and literally, this isn't like an attitude. This is literally what they'll say. We just don't understand why morale's so low. And then you just go, die.
Right.
Just die. Or at least quit.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the right field of work for you, Miss Human Resources person or Mr. Human Resources person, but I think you're missing the entire fucking.
Yeah, that was the Human Resources manager that said that to me. I just don't understand why morale's so low. I'm like, you're dumb. That's why.
I'll put most of my chips on you treating everyone that works here like shit.
It could be. It could be.
I'm not a doctor or a human resources manager, but I'm pretty sure that when you're all holding us at gunpoint each day,
you treat people like shit, they feel like shit.
Yeah, and then policing our activities outside of the company, which shouldn't even fucking pertain to you.
No shit. And I can name the exact situation that I answered with when she said, I don't understand why morale is so low. And I said, because you assigned us 18 hours a week of extra overtime through an email.
Right.
And that is what happened. And it's kind of, it's actions like that there. You just go, Human resources, really? What fucking part of the human are you not getting?
Well, the part with feelings and that wants to work.
In any kind of respect.
Here's something that I think a lot of like companies forget is that a scenario can exist where you're so shitty that all of your employees quit and work somewhere else.
Yes, it can.
This can happen, and it does.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like in the field that I work in right now, we're pretty well off at my company, but IT field, if you start getting rapid turnover at an IT company, it's very likely that company's going to sink.
Yeah,
because
sure.
Once one person starts going here about a better job somewhere else, the whole group of people, it's a high paying industry with like a lot of competition.
Yeah, and it's something that's rapidly and always consistently changing and getting better.
Right. The demand for the demand for me as an employee now is greater than it was for me 2 years ago, and it will continue to be that way forever as long as I stay on top of my shit.
It's going to get that way because everybody uses the services that you're providing.
Right. You can't not. I don't provide a commodity. I provide a necessity for business.
Yep.
So,
right.
And because of that, everybody wants to get that edge, and it's. Like my industry treats us really well in general because they know that if they start witch hunting us and making our life miserable, I can just go to a higher bidder easily.
Yeah.
But other industries like retail is notoriously bad about this. They fail to understand that they need their employees. And
absolutely.
They just treat them like a piece of the machine and don't consider that, hey, if you don't take care of us, we'll leave and then you're fucked.
Oh, there's
like
no
doubt. That's how stores get closed. That's how restaurants shut down, is if you can't staff them.
No doubt about it. I mean, I'm a clock number.
Mm-hmm.
That is all I am. Believe me. And we all of us clock numbers at my job get treated the exact same way. It doesn't matter what your performance is. It just doesn't. And I mean, that's the really depressing thing to say because I'm good at my job and I like doing a good job. Because I just have I have these weird standards of myself, and as far as that company goes, it doesn't matter at all.
No, it
just doesn't matter.
And the thing is that that's why your morale is low, because people like you realize that and you get it and you see the writing on the wall and you don't think to yourself at the end of the day, it's like, man, I've got a great career here. You think to yourself, I want to get out of here. Yeah, and that your job is a large part of that.
Yep.
It shouldn't be that way.
And it's really sad because the job itself, like the actual work, is interesting and it's fun and I'm good at it.
Right.
That's what's really maybe the most sad of it all.
Yeah.
Is that I'm fucking good at it. And the things that it goes towards is really interesting to me.
Well, you're good at it, but your employer makes you want to be not good at it for them.
Sure.
They make you not want to give it your all.
It makes me
they don't care.
It makes me want to be just good enough.
Yep.
It's like the Office Space thing,
Yep. Just
I'm not lazy. I just don't care.
So to walk us through your day, I usually come about 15 to 20 minutes late. I go the long way so my boss doesn't see me past Lumberg's office.
Right, exactly. That is my job. That is the general attitude of my job.
Yeah.
With people around me, and I probably have really one of the best attitudes there as far as that goes.
Up.
Yeah, I mean it is. And I mean I probably have I have a reputation at that place as a bridge burner a little bit. Because these fucking bridges lead to fucking morons. And I don't really have much of a problem saying that.
No, of course.
But whatever. It's just it's sad. And it's right, you're right. I mean, corporations and people who are in the interest of a corporation, like the bottom line, the bottom dollar, they forget that they have employees that actually they are the business.
Yeah.
If those people leave, then nothing really happens.
Yeah, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen over at your company when New Hampshire inevitably decriminalizes marijuana in the next month.
Well,
how does that policy even stand when it's no longer illegal in the state?
That's a good question. I don't know. I know that corporations, the only thing they can do, I would imagine, is they have to be able to put it like a law where you can't discriminate against drug users who are, legal drug users.
Well, you can't discriminate against smokers or drinkers. So
Right.
At that point, it's no longer, once it comes off schedule, it's no different than alcohol.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just just whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's my company is a global company, and it's not based in New Hampshire.
It's based in Indiana.
No, close enough. It's Ohio.
Okay.
Oh wait, we got a text here.
Oh,
from the Scott Skillinger.
Oh,
you ready?
I'm ready.
Fizzbuzz, good enough to stop the Holocaust and good enough for you.
Wow.
And then he wrote, that's all I got.
Fizzbuzz, good enough to stop the Holocaust. Good enough for you.
And I wrote, good enough.
Good enough.
You did good.
That'll do, pig.
He gave us one. It took him an hour and 2 minutes.
An hour and 2 minutes. I guess you don't want a video game now.
Shoot. Not off the top of my head.
So, yeah, if anybody else wants to weigh in on any of these topics that we've got going down today, this is a lot. Send your comments.
You can always email.
Email us at john@thejohnbrownshow.com or greg@thejohnbrownshow.com for advice, you silly bitches.
Go home, you're drunk.
What a fucking idiot.
Why
was I doing that?
For me, as I got myself positioned to do that, and I glanced over at your screen, and I saw you start frantically mashing your mouse all over the place when you knew it was going to happen.
Did you hear it? Did you hear the?
Yeah, no, I heard you almost. I think you knocked something off your desk.
I almost did. I hit a pen.
Oh shit! It's the plug.
Yes. And then I started just saying the plug. What a fucking idiot! I panicked. It was pure panic. And now you know
too much fizz buzz.
Yes, too much fizz buzz. But now you know what it looks like when I panic because you sat across from me while I did it.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's like a deer being caught in headlights while it's raining jellyfish that are stinging it.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. So, what else is new in my life? This coming weekend, I'm competing in arm wrestling.
Very good. Whereabouts?
In Maine.
Oh.
Biddeford, Maine. I think it's right outside of Portland.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yep.
If you're gonna be like Banger, I'd be like, why?
Yeah, I would ask the same question, Greg. if I were to say that.
Why would you go there?
But I'm going to compete in this tournament to qualify for a bigger tournament. And all I have to do is win a match each hand, which I don't see it being a problem. But when I qualify for that tournament, it's going to be in Vegas.
Okay.
At the end of May. So all that training and stuff I've been doing, really hitting a lot of practices a lot. It's going to be going towards that. So,
very cool.
Yeah, we're in it.
Good luck. I hope you win.
Oh, I hope I win too. I think, and I don't know really who's going to show up, obviously, because you just never really do know. Looking at the area, I might be the guy to beat, which I don't really like thinking that way.
But it's at least encouraging. And if you can if you can take that and make it not in towards cockiness, but turn it into confidence.
Yeah.
That'll transfer directly into how you perform.
Well, it's funny because I've tried, obviously as a competitor, I've tried a lot of different viewpoints of how to approach competition. Because honestly, if I were to be really honest, competition might be my least favorite part of the sport.
You seem to like the camaraderie and making friends.
I like the camaraderie, making friends. I like the training. I like training other people a lot. If I find if there's a newbie who wants advice and all that kind of stuff, I love giving it.
Well, and the thing is too is that it's always good that there are people in the scene that you're in that can fill that role and that can do that.
Sure.
It's good that there's a need for somebody like you to do that. That's.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of the things that I like most about it.
Good.
I do like competing. It's just my, probably my least favorite part, but there is something special about, building up this melting pot and going out there and showing people what you've been doing.
Right.
And that's that's really the whole point. But I've experimented with a lot of different ways to mentally go into competition, and the one that works the very least for me is going in confident.
Really?
Yep. If I think, oh man, I'm so strong right now, I can go anywhere I want. This is going to be great. I can't wait to get out there. It's bad. And I
Backfires.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's necessarily bad or there's just better ways, for me to do it. For me, the best way so far I've found is if I'm just scared to death. Is if I just let myself be completely afraid of failing. Like every one of these guys is going to kill me unless I fight for my life.
Then yeah, keep doing that then.
Yeah, and I mean I do. It's not real great for life. So what I've gotten good at is, the tournament Saturday. I won't even start thinking about arm wrestling until Saturday.
Because think about training and the focusing and everything else in your life up until then, and then
basically what I've been, what you focus on is healing up, making sure my weight's good. Like there's a lot of things to focus on for the tournament before I even, put my arm on the table. I got to weigh in, I got to do all this stuff. So I try to focus on all that and just not think about the competition so that, because basically if you're like, it's Monday. If I'm thinking about the competition right now, I'll be, anxious and full of adrenaline. And like, that's really not a good thing to be 6 days out.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? So I've gotten really good at that. Although I'm looking forward to competing again. I haven't competed right-handed. I think it was maybe late July last year. I think it was the last time I competed right-handed. Because
so it's been quite a while.
It's been quite a while because I suffered that injury.
Right.
And even back then I was injured. I was hurt really bad and I just wasn't an idiot. I really just didn't know how bad I was hurt. But one thing, all this training, I trained on the table 5 times in 9 days, which every arm wrestler I've talked to thinks I'm absolutely fucking crazy. But I will say I feel pretty good. I didn't get broken down as bad as I thought I would at all. And maybe even more importantly, my right hand feels great. There's no pain whatsoever.
Good.
So
Good.
I can't imagine that because a big concern for me was, what if I hurt this thing again? Or what if I hurt it like for real this time? And what I mean for real is like, what if it needs surgery or, whatever. And as much pressure as I put on it in the last 9 days, there's no way. I mean, it's healed up.
Awesome.
It's definitely
good for you.
Up. Yeah. So that's been that's been my life. I was actually concerned today. It's funny. You said that you were concerned about, the podcast today and how we're like, what the fuck are we going to do type of thing. Cause I was too. Because, I'm in a mindset right now of at the end of May, in 2 months is my focus.
Right.
Because I'm going across the country and I'm going to have to try to prove something. So that's a heavy statement. When you start buying plane tickets to go try and, prove a point, you better take it seriously.
Of course.
So my mental viewpoint has just been arm wrestling. Whether it's watching it, whether it's training for it, whether it's eating for it, whatever. And it's like you start to realize I stopped living life a little bit. Like I stopped having anything to talk about. And I've been pretty lucky that, my life right now has been a little bit like not turmoil, but it's just been going through changes.
Right.
So I have something to talk about.
And we've been very fortunate that Indiana made such a massive fucking fuck up in our favor.
Indiana, if you ask me.
Indiana.
If you ask me. It's fucking beautiful. I'm just sitting here looking at it written down on a paper. Indiana.
Got a call from ISIS. Yes, I'd like to talk to Indiana. I'd like to shake his hand.
Yes. Thank you, my brothers.
Thank you, my brothers. Allah.
Oh, God. Please, ISIS, don't come after us.
Yeah, please don't.
I like my head right where it is.
Yeah, I like my head. It's pretty cool.
It's so great. It's mine. You can't have it.
Oh shit. Well, good luck, man. You'll win, hopefully.
Thank you. Like I said, all I gotta do is win one match.
Yep.
Per hand. And honestly, I mean, obviously I want to win. I want to win the tournament because, what's the fucking point otherwise?
Right.
But really, my whole focus is to qualify. So if I win a match each hand, I'll be pretty. I think most of the nervous energy and anxiety and all that will be gone because it's like, okay, let's have some fun now. And it seems to me like I'll start off in a tournament really nervous, really afraid, and then once I realize that all the tools are there, it's the same thing that happens with me in music sometimes, where I go, man, I might get on that stage tonight and just be terrible.
Yeah.
Like, what if it's gone? What if I woke up this morning and I just lost all my ability to do this?
Because at least you would have had the chance to have done it at all.
Yes. Right. Okay, great. but I get 5 seconds into it and I'm like, okay, it's there. And like it's a big relief. Well, arm wrestling's really no different, where, if I show up and I'm nervous, I'm really scared. Once I realize that I've showed up, like, okay, I'm still here.
Right.
Then a lot of it's gone. And then once that's gone, that's really when, it's fun again. And I think just qualifying will be like, thank God, let's get some plane tickets and get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because this bigger tournament in Vegas, there's like a little bit of a caveat where I think I have to get top 6 out there in my weight class. And if I get top 6, they invite me back out in June, I believe. And they pay my travel.
Much better.
Yeah, right. So it's like, so there's really something there to work for. It's one of those things too, where I've been in the sport for 6 years, and I, along with a lot of other people, have been asking for things like this. Like we arm wrestlers put our lives, into this, and our souls into this. And we've been really basically been doing it on our dime because we love the sport. How great would it be if someone could pay us for this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or at least pay our way, so we can, we can do this right. And someone's doing it. So, it'd be kind of stupid if I didn't try.
Yeah.
And I think top 6 is pretty doable.
No, I best of luck to you.
At
I hope you make it.
165 pounds.
Of pure John Brown fucking fury.
Yep. I'll be dehydrated a little bit when I weigh in, but hey, whatever.
You could say you're an army of one.
Oh boy.
Too much.
That one stung right in the middle of the chest. Right in the center.
Sorry.
You punched me. You punched me from fucking 1,200 miles away. Right in the chest.
Right there.
Right there. Oh, speaking of Resident Evil, now that you brought that up, like what, fucking an hour ago?
Yes.
I have been playing the new Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Oh, okay.
And dude, this is a fucking solid game. I haven't beat it yet. I've been pretty slow on the draw as far as that goes, but Scott has beat it. And
Did you like it?
We are 100% in agreement. Really good game. They didn't completely fuck it up.
So like there's some hope for Resident Evil.
Yeah, they didn't. It's at least with this game, it took an uphill turn, which is nice.
That is nice.
Because much like Silent Hill, Resident Evil lately has been just not very good.
Yeah.
And I would
agree with that.
And there's a release date too for the new Metal Gear. I don't know if I remember telling you that or not. I believe Metal Gear Phantom Pain is going to be September 1st coming out.
It's not too far.
No, it's not.
I need to get caught up. I'm like so many episodes behind. I don't even know who's alive or who's dead or who's turned into a robot ninja at this point. I'm so clueless. Anyone who's played Metal Gear before knows that's not an unrealistic statement to make either. Like that's a legitimate concern with this series. Somebody could be a robot that previously wasn't.
Right, with exoskeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sounded so frustrated when you said that.
No, it's true.
You're like, I just gotta get fucking cut off. What the fuck?
I don't know who's exploded.
Oh my god, that was where I love that game. This is Metal Gear 3.
Yeah,
I love that game, but it is why the fuck when you beat a boss would they scream their name and then blow up?
well, all that's important is that Hideo obviously thought it was funny enough that he included it in that substance like gag reels.
He is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he knew it was up.
That goofy bastard. Yeah, you really can't take yourself too seriously when you have a main character that basically made a career out of hiding in a box.
It's true.
You can't take yourself too seriously. Remember that old website?
Footsteps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? You're the man.
You're the man now, dog.
You know, if you can still find that link and it still works.
Oh.
Oh boy. I woke the beast.
Yep.
That keyboard is loud.
It is. There you go.
Oh yeah, I got a message from somebody. Who could this be from? Come on, load.
Did you hear those footsteps?
Footsteps.
I heard footsteps.
Are those footsteps?
Footsteps.
I hear footsteps.
I just heard footsteps.
Did you just hear footsteps?
Hear those footsteps?
Footsteps.
I heard footsteps.
I heard footstep.
Okay. Those are really healthy edits too, by the way. Did you hear a lot of clicking and
Oh,
popping?
yeah, they nailed it.
All right, Greg, I think we did it.
I think so.
We crushed it.
We crushed
It
it.
was a great show.
As long as we don't get banned in Indiana, we'll be good.
Oh, fuck that. We're creating Indiana. Greg Lohman for president as Alyssa put
I
down
don't want to
here.
be the president of that shitty fucking country. You keep me out of there.
Well, Alyssa said Greg Lohman for office running with the Common Sense Party.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Fucking
you.
put your hands. Hold on. All right. Goodbye,
Bye,
Greg. Say goodbye to the audience.
Goodbye, audience.